Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following four friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Step into our mystical world called Antiriath and follow our party of three dummies as they adventure across the lands. Talik Grug, half-orc, half-mystery, the fighter, played by Taylor. Bodyknock Greenleaf, the halfling rogue with a penchant for taking things that don't belong to him, played by Josh. And the ever-mysterious Eclarian Shadow, half-elf ranger from the Eclarian Mountains, played by Seth. And last but not least, the creator of our beautiful world, the man of many voices, and our dungeon master, Sam. Hello and welcome back to the show. Today is a very, very special episode. We are introducing a new cast member of our show, a new player character. Allow us to introduce Joey. Joey will be a permanent part of the show going forward. We are super excited to have him. Also wanted to give an update on Josh. Bodyknock is still with us in the story. He is just currently missing. It appears that he went on to pick up another job. But just to be clear, Josh is still a part of the show. Bodyknock's story is not done, and he will be back as soon as it makes sense in the story. Let's get into it. We're going to get a recap by Seth, and then we'll get the show started.
Kind of just thinking about just rolling with it and just having a brand new voice just pop in when his character gets in.
Okay, I'm good with that.
I think that's kind of fun.
So is he not allowed to talk right now?
Yeah, don't fucking talk, Joey. Okay, so y'all want to play some D and Dungeons?
Yeah.
Was it time for a recap?
It's time for a recap.
Recap. Okay, in our previous session, we tackled the ever-present issue that is the lycanthropy contracted by Talik. So, after Talik and Shadow were unable to identify what had happened to Bodyknock and the caves with the creepy spider critters, they retreated out of the mushroom dungeon back out to the cave exit, where they discovered a strange note on the cart, and Jeffrey was gone. Basically, they deciphered that Bodyknock had gone his own way to score a big prize of some kind, but we're not really sure why he did that or where he went to.
And he's got basically all of your gold.
He has at least 85% of Shadow's gold in his purse.
You've just been giving it to him willy-nilly.
Yeah. So at that point, we get back out and, Talik starts changing. Shadow and Talik know enough about what's going to happen with the moon. And so Shadow starts preparing, get out of the cave, find a little swampy canyon area, try to get Talik tied down, throw a bunch of creatures out of the Rust Ball of Tricks. Got lucky on 2 giant goats and a lion, at which point Talik and the animals started duking it out in the swamp while Shadow was hiding inside of the cart, hoping that he could slow the werewolf down.
Much better plan, honestly. I mean, compared to the first time where we were just like, well, throw him in the cart.
Yeah.
It was very strategic.
Did you even tie him down in the cart, or was it just like in the cart, hoping the cart would
I was just in the cart, and I just tossed it out.
Note, the same cart that y'all had already, ripped the door off of at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
It's true.
Yeah,
in non-werewolf form.
This is true.
Yeah.
So, after a lot of back and forth and knocking the werewolf version of Talik down, but not out, multiple times, because he kept standing back up like a dumb motherfucker, eventually Shadow gets a decent hit on him with an Eldritch Blast and sprints into the swamp, at which point Shadow shoved a silver dagger into Talik's chest. and it stopped him from reviving continuously. Shadow lugged his friend's body back to the cart, tossed it in there, left the silver dagger in place, at which the DM favorably ruled that the silver dagger would be enough to keep him down, and then Shadow yanked the dagger out as the sun was coming up, and Talik started to change back into his beautiful green self.
A little bit greener than before.
A little bit greener than
because,
before.
He's getting more influence from his heritage as y'all leveled up to level 7.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've got like some kind of scaly skin appearing on my hands and wrists and like feet and ankles and stuff. Almost looks like green scales.
So, in an effort to confirm that Body Knock is okay, hoping to find out maybe possibly a little bit more at the Guild Hall and to potentially secure additional assistance to deal with the magic Spacewell demon creature shark that's in the Underdark, Talik and Shadow set up camp outside of Billy Talk to kind of gather themselves and heal up and rest up, and are coming into Billy Talk around 11 p.m. on the 23rd of Harvest.
All right.
All right.
All right, so Shadow and Talik arrive at the Guild Hall,
Okay.
assuming we didn't get ambushed.
So you did. Let me roll it real quick.
Oh god.
It is 3 ancient black dragons. So I need you to roll initiative.
Good thing I got my
Well-
next character ready.
Let me get my shotgun out.
Oh no, y'all make it unharmed and unscathed to the guild hall, save all the other shit you've been through.
Poor Talik. Cursed sword, cursed body, cursed everything.
So you guys walk in the front door, and one thing we haven't described much that I should have been describing a little bit more as y'all come in and out of the guild hall is there's several tables set around in the entrance of the guild hall, and from time to time y'all will see other guild members in here talking with people who are giving bounties and getting more information about the quests and that sort of thing, and just generally strategizing and planning and stuff, not in the meat hall, in this kind of entry area. And when y'all walk in, you actually see Bushi sitting at a table with another humanoid. And Joey, why don't you tell us what this other humanoid looks like?
Yeah, so you see a humanoid with rabbit ears, a rabbit face, and not rabbit eyes. Kind of unsettling when you get a first glance. You're looking at a Harengon. This Harengon's name is Learlock. And he's wearing sort of a cloak that goes out to the middle of his, what you would say his knees are, or his shins, various pockets and everything. And he's wearing a real significant feature. He's wearing a red scarf, covers most of his upper body, up to around his mouth. He's got red fur all the way around. He's got some piercings on his ears as well, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom of each ear. And he's got some bands around his left wrist, and yeah, that's a Learlock.
What color fur does he have?
It's more of like a red, a blood red, like a muddy red.
Ooh, like a rusty red.
Yeah.
All right.
Has Talik ever seen a Harengon?
Go ahead and make me a history roll, and let's see if it's because they're fairly rare.
10.
10? Yeah,
20.
You have not. Shadow has seen Harengons before. In fact, with the roll that good, Shadow, and your knowledge of the general area, you know that in between the Clarion Mountains and the Copperstone Mountains in the valley there is a small community where some Harengons live, nestled in there.
Awesome.
As you guys walk in, you see Bushi and this Harengon sitting at a table together, and they've kind of got a bit of a sovereign tone to them, and you see Bushi, kind of quietly talking, and he looks up and sees you guys come in, and he says, "Oh, fellas, glad you made it. Your timing's quite timely.
Hey, Bushi.
Oh.
Yeah, what's going on?
He says, come on over here. I'd like to introduce you to somebody.
Bushi, I really appreciate it. Shadow just kind of side eyes the Harengon for a second. He's like, but we've lost Body Knock.
Oh? You don't say.
Did he come by here?
Oh, lost as in, like, you don't know where he is. He wasn't, killed on the battlefield then.
Not with us, at least.
He left the battlefield, best we can tell. And when we came out of the caves, his war massive was gone, and there was a note.
What did the note say?
Well, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense.
It was written in classic Body Knock tone.
It's thieves' cant, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, I deciphered it as best I could, but I just thought maybe he stopped by here for supplies before he went to wherever he was headed.
No, I haven't seen him.
Okay, fair enough. Well, hopefully the little guy's okay, and we'll see him again soon.
Well, it's interesting you should mention. Seems that fate might be more instrumental today than I even realized it were.
Oh, yes, you were about to introduce us.
Yes, this here's Ilirlock. Ilirlock, this is the Clarion Shadow, and Tulik Grug.
Shadow's just still looking at him.
Talik walks up to him, and I am reaching out towards his ear. I've never seen a Harengon before.
I very swiftly kind of bat his hand away.
Oh, whoa. Fighter, eh? I like it.
Yeah, yes, Ilirlock here, he hasn't had the best day, if you will.
Easy there, Talek. That motherfucker's a lot faster than you think he is.
He says, you see, as it were, Ilirlock is down not just one party member, but his entire party.
I'm very sorry to hear that, noble sir.
It's quite the unfortunate adventure.
Well, we like a good war story.
Talek, the man is in mourning.
Sorry.
Bushi says, yeah, agreed. Perhaps now is not the best time. However, I do believe that it would be good if Ilirlock got back out there and was able to party up with a new group, and seeing as y'all are down a man, what say you?
Okay, well, maybe Talek's right. What did happen to your party?
Well, I'd much rather not discuss it at this time.
Well, did you fucking kill him?
Bloody, of course not.
Can I roll an insight check on that?
Yeah, absolutely. What is your...
I got a 2.
Roll a deception check for me, Ilirlock, or...
Hey, Shadow, there's no fucking way this guy
Yeah,
killed
roll a deception
anybody.
check.
I'm telling you. He's telling the truth.
So a deception check.
With that too. Oh, Joey rolling rocks.
19 plus 20 total.
Okay, well, either way, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
But you definitely get the sense that he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Bushi says, now, let's not be getting hasty. There'll be plenty of time to swap stories.
Agreed.
I here can vouch for Ilirlock. He is, in fact, a man of the cloth. I trust his word as much as I trust him with my own life.
Well, if Bushi trusts you, then I trust you, and I put out a hand.
Reluctantly, I reach out and shake.
Well, I haven't heard yet a Learlock. Is it a Learlock or Earlock?
Ilirlock.
Okay, Ears. I haven't heard yet. Do you need help, and do you want to join us?
It could benefit both ways.
What do you know about the Underdark?
Underdog.
Why don't you go ahead and make me a history roll for that, Joey?
So many rolls. I love it.
I know. I love rolls in non-combat scenarios. It's fun.
Yeah.
You said history?
Yes, sir.
10.
So you've definitely heard of the Underdark. You know that it's a place that's basically an entire another world underneath the surface where all manner of beasts and aberrations and twisted humanoid societies live. It's not a friendly place, but beyond the standard, given knowledge of the world, you don't know much else.
Oh, what can you do? I don't see a sword. I mean, what do? You fight?
He's a man of the cloth, Talik.
What kind of weapons does Alirlock have? Does he have a weapon on him?
Alirlock has a mace. I've gotten into the scrapper too.
I have one more question for you, Ears.
All right.
Have you ever worked for a druid with a glowing ball?
I can't say.
Well, you're gonna have to.
Can you provide extra details?
He's a fucker.
Well, he was a fucker.
He's dead now.
He goes by the Druid. Doesn't ring any bells to you?
I must admit that's fairly generic. I have heard rumors and mutterings here and there. I have not worked for said druid. Why do you ask?
Nope, good enough for me. Bushi, I'm sure Talik here is gonna drink you under the table tonight. I need to get some rest. We're head out first thing in the morning. We got a space whale monster shark demon to fight.
Sounds like you got some leads then. Good to hear. Are the Kreetoks all right? Is Gold holding up okay?
I grab Bushi by the shoulder and I'm like, let me tell you about the Kreetoks in the mead hall.
He says, read my mind.
As we're walking, as we walk away from the other guys, I'm like, Bushi, have you ever taken any kind of magical mushrooms? I'm just muttering about
the freaking random psychedelics you found in a cave.
Yeah.
And ate.
Come on, Ears. There's somebody that might be in the hall that I want you to meet.
All right, let's go.
So everybody heads to the mead hall.
Do. That's my mead hall segue music.
Okay.
You're welcome. Copyright free, Taylor.
I can't remember the Birdman's name, but he's here.
Is he here? The Kinku?
Tano Chai Li?
Yeah, Tano Chai Li.
Yeah, he is here. Yeah, everybody. Let me check and see who's here. Yeah, everybody who's pictured is here. So the bards are down playing. You've got Roy Sampion and his little construct buddies, and then you've got Gemma and Jerome.
Oh yeah, I make a beeline for Jerome. I remember him.
He says,
little gnome wizard buddy.
So he's got a glass of wine in his hand, and he's like, He kind of toasts to you and sips the last little bit of his wine down out of his glass. How are ya?
Hey, buddy.
As you guys walk in, Gemma will actually turn to Alirlock as he walks in and take a step towards him and kind of take his hand gently in hers. And she's like this really big lady, but she is really gentle, and she's just like, I heard about your party. I'm very sorry. Understand that we're all here for you if you need anything.
Much appreciated.
And she just kind of lets go and sits back down. Back to her normal kind of shy self.
Shadow walks up to Chai Li. He's like, Chai Li! And Shadow gets that occasional wicked / mischievous smile that he sometimes gets. He says, care for a game of darts? I have a new friend here.
He lifts up an eyebrow into the best kind of wink that a big beady Kinku eyebrow can do, and just goes, read my mind.
Alirlock,
What?
play darts with Chai Li.
Fine.
Charlie just reaches behind him and fans out 6 darts in his big feathery paw and puts 3 of them out on his hand towards you.
Grab them.
And then the GM immediately retcons that because he fans out 8 and gives you 4 because that's how the game is played, according to the rules that I have here.
I'm hanging with Jerome over here. I got my got a couple pints already from the bar, but when I see our new friend go over to the dart game, I kind of switch seats with Jerome and I have an eye over there. I just want to kind of see what he's made of.
Okay, so let's rehash a little bit on the rules. Each contestant gets 4 darts. You can attempt different targets, and they have different ACs depending on what you go for. So there's a large target that's AC 5. There's a smaller target that's AC 10. There's a really small one that's AC 15, and then there's a really small one that someone will go and swing like a pendulum, and that one's AC 20. Depending on which one you hit, you get different points. It's kind of multiplicative as the points go up. So hitting the higher ACs gives you a lot more points than hitting the lower ACs. After 4 darts, you add up all the points and see who has the most points.
So Shadow swings a moving target and says, "All right, Charlie, bet you can't hit this one like I did."
Charlie says, "How much?"
Oh, you want to put actual money on it. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, he pulls out 5 gold.
5 gold? Sure.
All right, he slaps it on the table. Jalal takes it and puts it all into a little cup and kind of moves around to the side. He's like, "Oh, things are getting interesting here." Charlie's going to take the first shot here. He's going for the big target. Oh, he rolled well, but not well enough. So you got an 18. So it like hits the target, but since it's moving, it doesn't get purchased and like knocks off and hits into the wall.
You got him on the ropes now, Ears. Show him what's up.
I will go for the big target as well.
The moving target?
Yeah.
Okay.
13.
Ooh. Alright, so you just tinks off the wall behind it. Charlie hands you the money from the last one and kind of waves you off. And he's going for the hard target this time, AC 15. Ooh, 10. He's looking flustered. He kind of like ruffles his feathers back down. He's like, "It's okay. It's okay."
Hit the hard target, or go for the hard target as well.
Okay.
Boy, that's absurd.
What'd you get?
5.
Oh no. So that's a miss if you're going for the AC 15. So
Yep.
2 darts down and nobody scored. So Charlie's not feeling super great about this, but he doesn't want to step all the way down to the medium target. So he's gonna go for the hard target one more time. Points to the hard target, takes a deep breath. Oh yeah, that's 17 on the die. So he right in the middle of the hard target. He kind of strains his back and goes, "After you."
Oh, now you're showing off.
Game's rigged.
So Charlie has 10 points.
I mean, we have to go for the hard target at this point.
Yeah.
14.
Oh,
14, are you
Oh.
serious? Oh, brutal. Brutal. So Charlie steps up. He says, "Time for bag." And he's going to go for the medium target to just get himself those extra 5 points and put you on the ropes. Oh, I'm glad I went for the medium target. 14, but I went for the medium, which is AC 10. So he gets 5 more points. So he's got 15 points with his 4 darts. You got to do the moving target.
Yeah.
It's worth 20 if he hits it.
Yeah. I'm going for the big boy.
All right, here it
Big
is.
boy.
20.
20's it! It's
Yes!
AC 20!
Oh, wait. No, sorry. Trick of the light. 18.
Oh my.
Oh, no.
It was a 13 on the die, not a 15.
It
Yeah.
landed in the bullseye and fell out.
Oh, that's tragic. Oh,
Tragic indeed.
so sticks into the moving target, but then flips around and hits the wall and knocks out and falls down to the ground.
Oh, just my luck.
Shadow is pleased with the display and claps ears on the back and goes, "Well, at least you'll finally want one, Charlie."
Charlie just smirks and like, if you're ready to go, and offers you some darts.
I walk up to Learlock and I'm like, "Hey, don't worry about it, buddy. We don't throw darts at the bad guys."
That's comforting to know, I guess.
Is Shadow throwing darts, or are we going to our long rest?
If you want to roll darts, you can, or we can just hand wave and say that you'll play some darts. It's up to you. Do you want to roll some darts?
Let's roll it up.
He'll let you go first this time.
While Shadow plays darts, I want to talk to Jerome, this little tiny gnome guy.
Little crazy gnome.
Yeah, I just want to kind of lean over to him and be like, "So, where are you from, Jerome? What's your story?"
Oh, I go way back. You know, when I was a wee lad, I lived all the way down in Volnamesto. But that's not where my family's from, I assume you're asking.
Yeah, where's your family from?
Oh, my heritage traces back to the great ancestors of yore.
You know magic, right?
Oh, yeah, indeed.
I want to take off my ring, my green gem ring that I got from my late mother, and hold it out in front. I don't want to actually hand it to him. I just got it kind of between my finger and thumb, and I hold it up to him and I go, "Have you ever seen a ring like this in all of your time around here?"
Let me see here. And he pulls out a little like key and looks through the ring of the key at it like you would with like a loop, inspection loop.
Yeah.
And kind of moves it back and forth a little bit. Says, strong magical aura. Let me see. He kind of holds his hands around it. He speaks some magic words, and you might recognize it, but Shadow would definitely recognize it with as much as he's casted. He cast Detect Magic on it and holds it there for a little while. Strong protection magic here. Strong protection magic. It gives an essence of aliveness, a spirit, if you will. Strong energy, firm, vengeful, angry.
This guy's Yoda.
Yeah, a little bit Yoda-y. Oh,
Shadow's over there flipping his dart up and down, totally distracted from whatever Charlie's squawking about, listening to Jerome off over across the room.
Yeah, Charlie's trying to tell you about how they had a tournament while you were gone, and he won the whole thing,
and so Shadow just mindlessly throws it at the moving target and gets a 23.
Oh,
Charlie just stops talking abruptly. He's like, "Meh." Just kind of steps into position to throw.
Learlock is just minding his own business at his table, quiet, pondering over recent events.
Had a bit of a rough go at it.
protection magic, you say?
Yes, protection.
I have heard a voice. It sounds kind of like my mother, but I thought that I was just losing it. Do you think that could be related?
The mother's love, strong thing it is. Hard to say for sure. Let me see. And he kind of goes to touch it, and right before he touches it, he stops. He says, best not to ponder too much on these things. Strange magics from your... not always the most friendly of things.
Okay. I just take the ring and slip it back on my finger, and I kind of am just pensively kind of looking down into my pint glass.
Shadow relaxes.
Well, you can't relax. Oh, no, he misses. He got a 19. So he misses the fancy target and just like mutters under his breath. And you hear the dart clink against the stone.
Oh, good shot, Charlie. Shadow aims aims at the hard target and gets a 16.
Oh my gosh, you lucky bastard. So what do you say at 30?
30.
Charlie's like, "Arr." He picks up a dart and he goes to throw it at the moving target. Ooh, 20 exactly.
Oh, good shot. Good shot.
Says, "Arr," and kind of waggles his two remaining darts at you.
Shadow throws it at the hard target again. 16.
Oh my gosh. And he rolls a 2. Oh no, you got 1 dart left.
Shadow cast comprehend languages.
Yeah, so the way that Kinkus work is it's not that they speak their own language. They actually don't have a language at all. The only thing that they can do is they can copy and imitate any sound or word. So to form their thoughts, he imitates other sounds that he's heard.
Okay, so casting that wouldn't really help much.
Yeah, it wouldn't really. Yeah, it's not another language per se.
Okay.
And you're getting the literal meaning of what he's trying to say.
Right. So Shadow's got his final dart, and he looks at Chai-Li, and he looks back, and he throws it at the moving target.
Ooh, ballsy.
Oh, 17.
Oh,
Oh, you can't hit them all.
Charlie says, maybe you can't. And he's going to go for the moving target. Oh, and he misses bad as a 5 on the die.
Oh, man, Chai-Li. Maybe next time tell him to wait and have tournament when I'm here.
He just waves his hand at you and goes to sit back down.
Shadow grabs him a beer and brings it to him.
All right.
So I'm going to walk over to the bar for another pint. Do I see... Remind me his name, the orc guy.
You do not see them here.
What was his name? The guy that was part of the raiding party that killed my village?
Mog Broguk.
Broguk, that's right. I don't see Broguk.
You do not see the Broguks or the dwarf or
okay. That party, the whole party's out.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that party must be out somewhere.
All right. My vibe is strange after my talk with Jerome, so I'm gonna get 2 pints and go up to my room and pat Bushi on the back without saying anything.
Bushi starts to open his mouth and then thinks better of it and just lets you walk off.
Shadow bids Alir Locke good night and says, "We leave at 6 a.m.
I'll be there.
All right. So we'll fast forward to the next morning.
Okay, so Shadow is up quite early, sitting on the cart, on the top of the cart.
On the top of the cart. Okay. What about Talik and Alirlock?
Gerlock is making his way out front, kind of looking around.
I'll sit in the passenger side of the cart up front. And I'm still just kind of I'm not talking much still.
Not your general boisterous self.
Right.
Shadow sees Alir Locke come out of the guild and hops down in the driver's seat and says, "Come on, Ears, you ready to go fight a demon?"
Oh, never been more excited.
I just lean over to Shadow and I'm like, "You think that shark is a demon?"
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's
Oh.
big.
It is big. You should have
Is it-
seen the damn thing. Yeah, you should try some of these mushrooms when we get back to the cave.
I'm not eating any of those damn mushrooms. Ears, you don't eat any mushrooms either.
He ain't gonna eat those mushrooms. He's a religious fella.
He might eat them. Never mind.
What's wrong with the mushrooms?
Oh, nothing. They're wonderful. That's how I saw the shark. These little you'll see it. These fish head guys, and they were cultivating these mushrooms. Well, hell, I reached down and grabbed one, and that was quite the experience.
Sounds like I'll have to try one.
Shadow has Starlight tied up to the back of the cart.
Okay, to follow you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to bring your mud horse, Revenge?
I'll do the same.
I'd rather be on top of the cart.
Hey, Ears, do you have any health potions?
I've got something up my sleeve.
Well, I don't know what the fuck that means, Talik, but let's go. To the Underdark!
Okay.
This guy's weird.
So you guys are headed back to the caves. So y'all just want to go straight to Gold and ask for the key back? Are y'all going to set up Tipple and Barnaby as watch again, or?
Yeah, I think we kind of go back to Gold, tell him, hey, sorry, we had an emergency. We lost one of our party members, and let's try this
Introduce
again.
your new party member.
Yep.
So y'all go talk with them, introduce everybody, get the gate back, and head back over to the key. You do the thing, put it in, twist it, mechanisms opens and everything. Y'all walk through. So yeah, you guys walk up to the lake, and it seems very still. You're looking around, looking up the roof and stuff. No imminent sign of the any cave fishers lurking on
Yeah, I
the
look
roofs.
over at our new party member, and I'm like, hey, buddy, this is where these spiders were that we were telling you about on the ride over. Just watch your step.
And I want to tell you right now, Mr. Alir Locke, we got your back. We expect you to have ours.
Oh, I'll have your back all right. You don't have to worry about it.
All right. That's what I like to hear.
That doesn't sound like a threat at all. Oh, I'll have your back, all
A
right.
little ominous.
Here's a question for a game question. Does the Learlock have dark vision?
That is a great question. And the answer to that question is no.
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
So
okay.
it is pitch dark in here. So y'all are going to have to figure out a way for him to see. Otherwise, he's going to be moving at half speed and, not be able to see anything beyond 5 feet in
So
front of him.
I imagine we walk in and we don't light our torches, and he's just like, guys.
Oh, man.
I'm kind of excited. I think it's totally appropriate that we all light torches. I mean,
If you're
is
going to
there
have
any
one
reason not
lit.
to? Yeah.
I whisper back to the Learlock, I'm like, we got to find you some of these goggles our other buddy used to have.
Yeah, that would be great.
They might not fit over your ears.
We'll make
Yeah,
it
well,
work.
it's like a whole, cap.
Yeah.
What's the range on a torch? Just so I know what you guys are dealing with.
Oh, Lord. I have no idea. Does it say?
I don't think it's very far.
20-foot radius
20-foot radius.
and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay, so dim light means that things would be, they'd have, I think, a +5 on their stealth checks, or equivalently, you'd have a -5 on your perception checks to things in that next 20 feet. So really, only see out 20 feet. So what is that? That's something like that.
Shadow is like, what the hell am I doing? And puts his torch out and puts it away and pops the drift globe out, speaks a command word, and a 60-foot sphere of visibility appears.
Oh wow, yeah, that's much better.
Oh, nice. Good idea. I forgot about that thing. I put my torch out.
So 60 feet. I mean, that's what y'all could see anyways with your dark vision.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all have like this awesome little floating daylight sphere. It floats, right? You don't have
Yeah.
to hold it.
It floats 5 feet off the ground, and I mean, I can just tap
you
it
can have it
along
just
in
stay
front of
with
me.
you, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super cool. Oh, you could even have it go in front of you a little ways.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like a
sweet. So y'all are-
transparent globe of light.
well, it's a solid object, right? But then you activate it and it floats and shines.
Like a crystal ball, kind of.
Oh,
Small
I see.
sphere of thick glass weighs 1 pound. If you are within 60 feet of it, you can speak its command word and cause it to emanate the light or daylight spell. Once used, the daylight effect can't be used again until the next dawn. You can speak another command word as an action to make the illuminated globe rise into the air and float no more than 5 feet off the ground. The globe hovers in this way until you or another creature grasps it. If you move more than 60 feet from the hovering globe, it follows you until it is within 60 feet of you. It takes the shortest route to do so. If prevented from moving, the globe sinks gently to the ground and becomes inactive, and its light winks out.
Okay. Now that we got all that worked out, right on the edge of the range, Ilirlock, as y'all are walking away from this water, you kind of hear something twitch, and you look up, and right on the edge, you see this kind of spidery with like claws coming out of the front of it. Up on the roof, way off
Oh
at
god.
the very edge, just one of them. But yeah, so you see him he's like barely hiding behind a rock,
Hey,
like peeking out looking at you guys.
There are some unsavory looking individuals, creatures.
What's it look like? Does it look like a spider?
I hope. I don't think so. I mean, you could say it looks like a spider.
Shit.
When he points it out to you guys can see it. But as y'all look up at it, it scurries away behind the.
Let's go this way.
Behind a rock and goes fully.
Let's
out
just
of
keep
view.
moving.
I
I
don't know
dropped
that
the
I
art
want
in
to
the
look at
Discord
it.
for you,
but I'm
Joey, so
going
you can
to.
suffer. I mean, enjoy it.
Mother of God.
Yeah, fuck that thing in particular.
So you guys leave the lake area and you walk back in to the mushroom room that you guys had been in before, and you see those fish guys wandering around in here still. And if you're not mistaken, there seem to be a few more of them in here than there were before.
Hey, Ilirlock, these are the mushrooms. Try one. At your own risk.
Given that we're forward on the ground, and this is an unusual place, I will grab a singular mushroom and put it in my bag.
I see. Saving it for later, huh? Okay, all
It's a
right.
little
I like your style.
snack for later.
I grabbed two and put them in my little pouch.
Shadow just shakes his head.
I wonder what these are like after a few pints. I put them in my bag.
So in this room, there is a passageway leading off further south, and then a passageway leading off to the west. And y'all came in through an east entrance, and yeah, we'll pick up there next time.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good.
Love the accent, by the way, Joey.
Yeah, it sounds great.
It's definitely a work in progress. It's really hard to keep it.
That's a hard one.
It sounds
Yeah.
like a workout.
It's like
it sounds like a
I want to
tongue
like
workout.
do other things and mix it in there, and I'm not trying to do that, but that's what's happening. So
That's all right.
We'll
You'll get better at it too.
Oh yeah. How many voices do y'all think Bushi's had?
All
I
of them.
think Bushi's been pretty consistent.
Like 9,
Each
10.
voice.
Bushi's
No,
like
you've
the
done pretty good,
staple.
Bushi.
He's like the main
Oh
character
man,
besides
no.
us.
He's Alfred.
He definitely, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He definitely
He's-
gets the most.
He's Alfred. He's like the
screen
Alfred to
time
your
besides
Batman.
us.
Aww. Oh, for sure. Yeah. There was at one point the Baron probably had more
Oh
screen time
yeah,
than
yeah. We
Bushi,
had a bunch of stuff with the Baron.
but it's been a while since y'all worked with the Baron.
All right, cool.
All right.
Night, Taylor.
good night, Taylor.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night. Hope you get feeling better.
I'll be better.
To be continued on the next episode of Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies. Find out what happens to our party next week.